Welcome to Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? This is your go-to source for practical advice and support when considering if a divorce is the right answer for you. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll uncover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore the emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here is your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Welcome to the Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer podcast. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson. I'm a financial advisor and a certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we'll be discussing a sensitive but important topic, the cost of divorce. Divorce can be a difficult and emotional experience for most people, but it's also important to understand the financial aspect of it. So let's take a look. First, we're going to talk about the average cost of a divorce. This number can vary depending on a number of such factors. You got to look at things like the complexity of the divorce proceedings. The state you live in actually plays a pretty important role, and whether you choose to hire a lawyer or use alternative methods like mediation. A divorce could be in the thousands of dollars, or it could go well into the tens of thousands of dollars and then some. Now, another factor that can impact the cost of a divorce is whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce. An uncontested divorce is one where both parties agree on the terms of the divorce, such as property division and child custody. This type of divorce is usually less expensive and can be completed in a relatively short period of time. On the other hand, a contested divorce involves a disagreement between the parties and can require trial proceedings, which can be more costly, as we all know. In addition to the legal fees, there are other expenses to consider during a divorce. For example, if you have children, you may need to pay for child care or a custody evaluator. If you own property, you may need to pay for an appraisal to determine the value of it. And if you're dividing assets like retirement accounts, you may need to pay a financial advisor to help you understand your options. All of these costs can add up and significantly increase the overall cost of the divorce itself. It's also important to consider the long-term financial impact of a divorce. For example, if you were the primary breadwinner in your marriage, you may be required to pay spousal support or child support or both, which that can definitely affect your finances for many years to come. And if you share debt with your spouse, you'll need to determine how that debt will also be divided. These are all considerations to keep in mind when estimating the cost of a divorce. That covers pretty much the bulk of it. The cost of a divorce can vary greatly. It really does depend on each person's unique situation and what you have and how it's involved and how the spouses relate to each other. It's important to also be aware of all of the potential expenses that may arise during the process itself. If you're considering a divorce, it's a good idea to consult with a financial advisor and or a divorce attorney if you're looking for a better understanding of the financial implications. Now, should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, feel free to reach out to me using the contact information in the description. I'm always happy to help any way I can. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Thanks for listening, and be sure to check out the other podcasts we have. All the best.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? With Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. And remember to subscribe, like, and follow.